When I tell my patients this next fact, they usually look at me like I've just made it up. Did you know that after the age of 30, the average adult loses about half a pound of muscle every single year without doing anything wrong? And here's the kicker. Every pound of muscle you lose is replaced by roughly a pound and a half of fat. That means your scale might not even change, but your body quietly does. You start noticing it in the mirror, in the way your clothes fit, in how tired you feel at 3 p.m. And you start asking yourself, wait, am I doing something wrong? I'm eating about the same, I'm moving about the same. Why is my body changing? It's one of the most common questions I get in my practice. And honestly, most people have never heard the full truth. Why? Because we've been taught that fat gain is just about calories. You eat too much, you move too little. End of story. But that's not the full story. If that were true, I wouldn't be seeing men and women who eat clean, exercise, and still gain weight after 40. I wouldn't have marathoners coming in saying, "Doc, I'm running 20 miles a week and somehow I'm heavier than ever." So today, let's break the silence. We're going to talk about why you really gain fat with age, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Anders. I'm a board-certified family physician from Minneapolis, and for the past 20 years, I've helped thousands of adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond understand how their metabolism truly works. If you've been frustrated with creeping weight gain, or you just want to age strong, not soft, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, do me one favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for weekly health insights, and drop a comment below if this topic hits home for you. Because here's the truth. Understanding why this happens is the first step to fixing it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to take back control of your metabolism. All right, let's begin with a story. Her name was Susan. 42 years old, corporate marketing director, 2 kids in middle school. She came to my office one Tuesday afternoon in March, wearing a navy blazer and that polite but tired smile I see too often. "Doc, I don't get it. I eat healthy, I walk 3 times a week. I haven't changed anything, but every year the scale creeps up. And it's not just the number, it's my body. My jeans fit different, my face looks puffier, my energy is tanking. What's going on with me?" I ask her a few questions. Sleep? 6 hours, sometimes less. Exercise? Mostly cardio. No strength training. Diet? She said pretty clean. Smoothies for breakfast, salad for lunch, takeout dinners a couple nights a week. We ran some labs. Everything looked fine. But the story her body was telling was different. I explained what I'm about to explain to you, that this isn't about failure, laziness, or willpower. It's about biology. Your body changes after 30. Hormones shift, muscle mass declines, metabolism slows, and unless you adapt with it, your body will store more fat even if you're doing everything right. When Susan heard that, she sighed in relief. She said, "So it's not just me." I said, "No, it's not just you. It's almost everyone who isn't told what's really happening." 3 months later, Susan was down 12 pounds. Not because she starved herself, but because she started working with her body, not against it. That's what I want for you too. So let's uncover the 7 real reasons you gain fat with age, and more importantly, what you can do right now to turn the tide. Reason number 1. Your engine slows, metabolic rate declines. Let's start with the one nobody escapes. Around age 30, your metabolic rate, how many calories you burn at rest, starts to decline. That's not a theory, it's a biological fact. Think of your metabolism like an engine. When you're 20, that engine is revving high, lots of cylinders, plenty of horsepower. But as you age, you lose some of those cylinders. And when your muscle mass drops, it's like losing gears. See, muscle isn't just for looks, it's your body's main calorie burner. It's metabolically expensive. It demands energy just to exist. But after 30, if you're not actively using or building it, your body quietly breaks it down.
And once that happens, your daily burn drops, sometimes as much as 300 calories per day by your 40s. That's like an extra sandwich you're not burning anymore. So even if you eat the same, move the same, you'll gain fat. Here's the fix. Rebuild the engine. Start strength training twice a week. You don't need a gym membership or fancy machines. Bodyweight squats, push-ups, resistance bands, it all counts. One of my patients, Dan, 51, started with 5 minutes a day of push-ups and squats while his coffee brewed. 6 months later, he'd lost 18 pounds, gained energy, and said, "Doc, I feel like my metabolism woke up." It did. Because when you build muscle, you build your fat-burning factory. So, lift something. Your future self will thank you. Reason number 2, hormonal shifts, the silent fat invaders. Now, let's talk about hormones, the invisible puppeteers running the show. Most people blame hormones only when something's obviously wrong. But here's the truth. Even subtle hormonal changes after 30 can tilt your body toward fat storage. In women, estrogen and progesterone start to fluctuate long before menopause. In men, testosterone levels begin dropping about 1% per year after age 30. That might sound small, but it changes everything. Where you store fat, how you recover from exercise, and even how hungry you feel. Picture your body like a house with thermostats in every room. When hormones are balanced, every room stays at a comfortable temperature. But as the wiring ages, those thermostats glitch. Some rooms get too cold, others too hot. That's what happens metabolically. You start storing fat in new places, belly, hips, back, because those temperature controls no longer sync the way they used to. But here's the thing. You can influence those hormones without medication in many cases. Sleep is one of the most powerful hormone regulators we have. Just one night of poor sleep can lower testosterone, raise cortisol, and increase appetite hormones like ghrelin. So what can you do? Protect your sleep like your paycheck. 7 to 8 hours every night, no excuses. And if you're struggling, set a bedtime alarm. Darken your room and get off screens 60 minutes before bed. Remember this line. Your hormones don't care about your willpower. They care about your recovery. Fix the recovery and your hormones start to work for you again. Reason number 3. Insulin resistance creeps in. Now this one's sneaky. Insulin is your body's sugar manager. Its job is to take the sugar from your bloodstream and shuttle it into your cells for energy. But with age and stress and less activity, your cells stop listening to insulin as well. It's like insulin's knocking on the door, but nobody answers. So your body sends more insulin to push the door open. The more insulin you make, the more your body stores fat, especially around the belly. And here's the twist. Your blood sugar might still look normal. That's because your body is overworking behind the scenes to keep it that way. That's why many people gain fat before their lab results ever show a red flag. To fix this, you don't need to go keto overnight. Just start managing your carbs more consciously. A simple rule I give my patients: protein and color at every meal. That means a source of protein, chicken, eggs, fish, beans, and something colorful from the plant world. Why? Because protein slows digestion and stabilizes blood sugar, and colorful vegetables are packed with fiber that feeds good gut bacteria and keeps insulin steady. And if you want one small action that makes a massive difference, take a short walk after meals. 10 minutes is enough to lower your blood sugar response by up to 30%. Remember, it's not what you eat, it's how your body handles what you eat. Help your body handle it better.
Reason number 4. Less movement, more sitting, the quiet calorie killer. Let me ask you something simple. How many hours a day do you actually move? I'm not talking about workouts, I'm talking about those little in-between moments. Walking to the mailbox, standing while you chat, taking the stairs, gardening, folding laundry. Most of us underestimate how powerful those little moments are. There's a term for it, NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's a fancy way of saying calories you burn just living your life. And here's the hard truth. NEAT quietly disappears as we age. Think about it. When you were younger, you probably moved constantly without even noticing, chasing kids, carrying groceries, running to catch a bus. But as work gets busier, responsibilities pile up, technology takes over, and aches begin to whisper, movement shrinks. You might still go to the gym 3 times a week, but what about the other 100 hours? Your body's not designed to be still that long. Sitting too much actually changes the way your body handles fat and sugar. It's like shutting off part of your metabolic switchboard. I once had a patient named James. He was a 48-year-old accountant, proud of the fact that he never missed his daily 30-minute treadmill walk. But outside of that, he barely hit 3,000 steps a day. We added just one rule: move for 2 minutes every hour. That's it. He set a timer. When it buzzed, he'd get up, stretch, walk around the office, refill his water. 3 months later, same diet, same treadmill routine, down 7 pounds. His fasting glucose improved, and he told me, "Doc, I feel like I have more energy all day." He didn't change his life. He just brought motion back into it. So don't underestimate the small stuff. Every step counts. Every stretch matters. Every break rewires your metabolism. Remember, the body you build in the gym is maintained in the moments between. Stand, walk, move, start now. Reason number 5, sleep debt, the fat-storing alarm you ignore. Let's talk about something most people treat as optional: sleep. You can eat clean, hit the gym, and still not lose an ounce if you're running on empty. Here's why. Your body reads poor sleep as a threat. When you don't sleep enough, your brain thinks you're under stress, so it raises cortisol, the stress hormone. That signal tells your body, we're in danger. Store energy. And the fastest energy storage is fat, especially belly fat. At the same time, sleep loss flips your hunger hormones upside down. Ghrelin, the one that makes you hungry, goes up. Leptin, the one that tells you you're full, goes down. So now you're not just craving carbs, you're biologically driven to eat more. One patient of mine, Rachel, was a nurse working night shifts. She came in frustrated, exercising, eating well, but her body felt inflamed, puffy, and sluggish. We didn't change her food, we fixed her sleep routine. She started using blackout curtains, limited caffeine after noon, and scheduled a solid 7-hour window of dark, quiet rest, even if it meant saying no to a few morning errands. In 6 weeks, she lost 9 pounds. Same calories, same workouts, different sleep. Because metabolism isn't just about what you do when you're awake. It's also about how you recover when you're not. You can't out-diet exhaustion. You can't out-train insomnia. Here's your rule. Protect your sleep like it's your paycheck. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. Make your room dark, cool, and quiet. Turn off your screens an hour before bed. Your metabolism will thank you for it every morning. Reason number 6, the subtle slide of diet quality. Now let's talk about something sneaky: how diet quality changes over time without you even noticing. Most people don't suddenly start eating bad, they drift. A little more wine on weekends, a few more snacks at the office, less time cooking, more quick meals and takeout, a few missed breakfasts, portion sizes that slowly creep up. It happens so gradually, it feels harmless. But here's the problem. Even a small, consistent increase in calorie density can add up to thousands of extra calories per month. That's why I always tell my patients, weight gain rarely happens from what you do once. It happens from what you repeat without noticing. Our food environment makes it even harder. Processed foods are designed to override your natural fullness cues. They're engineered for bliss point, that perfect mix of salt, sugar, and fat that keeps you coming back for more. So you finish your dinner and suddenly need something sweet. You're not weak, it's wiring. Here's how to take back control. Don't overhaul everything. Rebuild one meal at a time. Start with breakfast. Make it protein-centered. Eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake with berries. That one shift can balance your appetite hormones for the entire day. Then fix your dinner plate. Half vegetables, quarter protein, quarter starch. Simple, balanced, doable. And if you need a line to remember, food doesn't just feed you, it trains your body. Train it wisely. Reason number 7. Chronic stress and inflammation. The hidden fat triggers. Now we reach the most underestimated reason of all, chronic stress. You might think, yeah, I'm stressed, but that's just life. But stress isn't just in your mind, it's in your metabolism. When you're under constant pressure, deadlines, finances, family worries, your body stays in fight or flight mode. Cortisol stays high. And what does cortisol do? It tells your body to hold on to fat, especially around the belly, because your biology still thinks you're preparing for famine or danger. You could be doing everything else right, eating well, exercising, and still plateau because your stress hormones are saying, not yet, we might need this later. That's why you can't separate mental health from metabolic health. They're twins. One patient, Greg, a 55-year-old teacher, was walking 5 miles a day and eating perfectly, but couldn't lose weight. We started talking, and I realized he was carrying enormous emotional stress. Aging parents, work burnout, barely sleeping. I gave him what seemed like an odd prescription. 15 minutes of quiet every day. No phone, no work. Just breathing or walking outdoors. 2 months later, he came back lighter. Not just in body, but in spirit. He dropped 10 pounds and said, "Doc, I didn't realize how much I was holding on to." That's the power of calm. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's a signal. When you ignore it, your body listens anyway. So find what grounds you. Prayer, music, deep breathing, walking in nature, time with people who make you laugh. The science is clear. Even 10 minutes of daily relaxation can lower cortisol and improve fat metabolism. Remember, a calm body burns better than a tense one. All right, let's pull this all together. Why do you really gain fat with age? Because your body changes, but your habits often don't. Your metabolism slows as muscle declines. Hormones shift and tilt the scales towards storage. Insulin resistance creeps in quietly. You move less without realizing it. Sleep debt raises stress hormones. Your diet quality slowly slides. And chronic stress keeps your fat locked away. But here's the best part. You can reverse every single one of those factors. Build muscle, sleep well, eat real food, move often, manage stress. You don't need to chase trends or starve yourself. You need to work with your biology, not against it. Aging isn't the enemy. Ignoring change is. I tell my patients all the time, the body you live in at 60 is built by the choices you make at 40. So make the good ones today. Start small. 2 strength sessions a week, a 10-minute walk after dinner, lights out before midnight. You'll feel the difference within weeks, not just on the scale, but in your energy, your clarity, your mood. Your body isn't broken. It's adaptable. It just needs a new plan. If this message helped you, do me one favor. Hit like. It tells YouTube this content matters. Subscribe for more science-based, down-to-earth health advice every week. And share this with someone who's frustrated and stuck. You might just give them the clarity they've been missing for years. If you want to keep going, watch my next videos. The 5 strength training habits every adult over 40 needs, and how sleep quality changes your hormones and how to fix it naturally. You are not doomed to gain fat with age. You are designed to adapt. I'm Dr. Michael Anders. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.